Okay, today has started off a lot better than yesterday. The mail came at a normal time, around 12 o'clock, maybe before that. I don't know exactly when I got here, but that's not important. I got one COMC, and this one took a long time because I had done those ship item remotely, because I just wanted to try it, and I also found some really good deals through the ship item remotely. There was a sale on some of those cards there, so I got those. And I got one postcard, which will start off with that one. I did not show you a postcard from yesterday. It was from Homer, Alaska, and you couldn't read it at all. So I might have to resend that one. But this is a custom I made out of a book, a National Geographic book I paid 50 cents for. So as long as I get a couple of postcards out of that, it'll pay for that book there. Fairbanks to Anchorage, this way and that way. That's a neat picture. I made it into a postcard. I just glued an old greeting card to the back of it. Used my stamps, and Tyanek, Alaska is where it came from. So that's really pretty neat to have that one. I really like that one. I like it when I make customs like that, and that's really pretty cool. And thanks to an old National Geographic book that I got for 50 cents. The book is no more, of course. I'll show you two cards that I got yesterday, which I had already shown, but in the middle of that rant video, you might have missed these. This is Bob Porterfield, 57 tops. I said 52. It's got a little ding on the right there. But, you know, it was like $1. It was less than $1. It's probably 75 cents, 80 cents, something like that. And then this one here was, I think, a couple bucks. Turned out to be like $1.60. But this one has a little bit of popularity. This is Pittsburgh Pirates outfield Paul Smith. You can barely read Paul Smith down the bottom there because it's got a little Gillette sign there. And something, another red sign where my finger is. And then it's got a cool radio tower there. That's pretty neat. I don't know exactly what that says. If anybody knows what that is, that's really pretty cool to have that one. Another 57. Now we'll get into the COMC purchases, and I said some of them are item remotely, and a few interesting receipts here. This was like 40 cents or something. I just couldn't pass it up. They said something was wrong with it, but whatever is wrong with it is not very much. So I got this 1973 or 74 Lyle Alzado. Very famous for being on television and later years. I think he's a teacher on one of these TV shows on NBC or whatever, and he also a steroid user, and that didn't do him any favors. I believe that's what happened. But now we have lots of other cards here. One for my Star Wars set, a Luke and Han as Stormtroopers, so that's pretty neat. I'm not going to break down all the prices of these, but you know me, I'm not into spending money, so they were very dirt cheap. Most of these will be 57s from here on out. There'll be a few other cards mixed in there. So we have Hal Smith. These were approximately 65 cents a piece, and I just couldn't complain about the condition at all. So there's that one. I have Del Rice. I have Al or Rube Walker. I believe it's Rube Walker. Not in the greatest, but that's pretty good for a 57. There's some stuff on it here on the front here. That's old wax. I believe I might be able to clean that off and improve the condition by a lot. We have George Kell, and that one also had some really old dried wax on it, and I cleaned that off, and that came out really pretty good. I think I may have left a little rub mark there, a little line right in that area where the shine is. But nothing I can do about that now. There's still a little bit of wax probably right there. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Jose Valdevilso, and I'll show you why I got him. There's that one right there. Have a look at my Jose Valdevilso. And it's all really very, very matte finish, very creased. And it's got 1957 written on there, and for the price I paid, that's a huge upgrade. Somebody's written on the back as well too. So, and then put check marks on all the back of it. So I actually probably paid $1 for that, I don't know, 15 years ago or more. So that's a huge upgrade. Then we have Sammy White, Larry Jackson, who was a good pitcher from what I know, pitched for a long time. Stan Lopata, Wally Moon. That was a good one to have. It was only $1 or something, I don't remember. We have Luke prepares for the battle. This is from Series 1 of Star Wars. This one is cool. There's a huge gum stain on the back of it. Another 57. I think that's a gum stain. But the front was okay. William Harridge and Warren Giles. That was, I think, $1.25 for that one. Maybe not even that. Bob Wilson, I believe. Norm Zaushin. These are all commas. This is a crazy one. This card is actually really up there in price, and don't ever look for a graded copy, because that's going to set you back probably $50 or more. Fred Rogers on the Penguins. I guess he was a guest Pittsburgh. But I've seen Mr. Rogers ice skate a little bit. He wasn't terrible, so he must have been a sports fan. I don't know. He was a celebrity captain. I may have had this card many years ago, or tried to get this and I never did. It was $5 for that card. So with the COMC $5 shipping or whatever it is now, it seems like it goes up $1 every year. Here's Jim Small. So that was a really good card to pick up. It's about $10 on eBay all day long. Gene Baker. I think there's a Gene Bake version of this one, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if that's the Gene Baker era, but I think there is a Gene Baker era. I'm not sure if that's that one. Jack Meyer. 2 more cards here. Dick Donovan. That's a cool pose. And we got Elmer Vallow, and this one one of my favorite ones. There's like a cool, I don't know if you'll be able to see it there. Take the plastic off here. There's a cool camera in the background right there. Really awesome. Some sort of sports, and he's digging into the bats so that's really pretty cool looking card there. I like that one. And it's in really pretty good condition. There's a little bit of something right there. It looks like it would just come right off with a little scratching there. But other than that, that's really pretty neat. So a really neat addition to my 57s. I probably only have about 70 cards right now. It's not very much. But I just had let that sit for too many years. And I found out that you can find sites that have cards under $1 for each card. So that's really pretty cool. That's what I have in, much better than yesterday, and hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Okay, I am back with another video, just a quick TTM video. If you haven't seen my last video on the Mr. Rogers model history, that's pretty neat. I didn't, probably not super accurate, but I did a little bit of research on there. It took some time to edit the video. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, but I got it through. And it's less than 15 minutes, so that's kind of a fun watch. And I have 2 autographs. One I held back for a day or two. I believe this one came out of California. And one was a gift of cards from Chris Cards. If you have not subscribed to him, check out his channel. I will try to leave the link below, but you know how I'm with that. I'm not very good at that, remembering to do that. So we'll start off with the one I got out of California. This has been gone a little while. I've already thrown away the envelope. Not remembering if he made it to the major leagues. He was out of San Rafael, California, as of this date of this card, which is 86 Pro Cards is what it says. Very tiny to see what that is. This is from the Bellingham Mariners Baseball Club, catcher Jerry Goff. So that was been a while since I've sent that off. That was cool to get that card. I probably got it off of COMC or Burbank Sports Cards and sent that off. Buying sometimes these sets are about $5 plus shipping. Sometimes, depending on who, if Omar Vizquel's in the set, then all bets are off. Sometimes these things are $3 per card or whatever. They're not cheap, even though it's just a common. So there's that one. And then the next one, this one's coming out of Santa Ana, California. You can barely read that there, with some stamps from obviously last year. For me anyways, because I've used up that entire roll of, I used up an entire roll of 10,000 penny stamps, and I'm down to 10 of them, which I'm keeping. There's my original letter that I sent in pen, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 of how many ever I sent. I think this is, and these are all cards gifted by Chris Cards, and this is Steve Mira on the Oakland A's, on this one here. This is the Tiffany card here, so that's really pretty neat. I guess he's a good signer. I completely was not on my radar at all. This is a 1980 Topps, which I have quite a few of. Not signed very many, just one or two. I'm not a big fan of the dual signed with already signed there on there and signed there. I mean the facsimile signature, but that's okay. And then this is probably my favorite card here, because I have some of these cards, and I actually had one out to Darren Dalton, but he ended up passing away. So my card got sent back to me unsigned. And this one is on the Portland Beavers, and I have two of those. Not Steve Stone, some guy that you've probably never heard of. I have him signed, and now I have Steven Murrah on the Portland Beavers, and this one's what, 85 Kramer or something like that? 84 Pacific cards. Okay, Kramer Pacific, yes. So that's what that is. And then the last one here is 83 Donruss, Steve Murrah on the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. So we got Padres, Cardinals, and Beavers and A's. So there we go. So a very quick mail day. That's what I have. Not much else has been coming in. Just been completely frozen. And there was not much in the way of snow. So disappointment for the children, but not disappointment for me. Or children in general, but anyway. So I think I will just leave you with that, and hopefully that'll give you a couple people you can try to write to, and thank you for watching.